Welcome everyone, it's the quadruple header that we talked about last time. We've got 3 Champions League games, and I think realistically we need at least a win and a draw from those 3 just to keep us in that qualification spot and to make sure we go through. We've also got a league game sandwiched in between it. So yeah, we've got no time to waste, so let's go. As I said, we have got no time to waste, so we are straight in with the first game today, which is against Bayer Leverkusen. And I am actually just going to make a little sneaky change to here and there. So we'll come on to the schedule. Don't worry, we will come on to that very, very soon. I just wanted to get us in and ready for this game today against Leverkusen, and then we can talk about it then. Oh, can you just let me put Taylor in? Thank you. You will notice a few people are leaving, and we will touch on that very, very soon. But for now, we're going to go with this team. We've got Esposito up top. He wanted more game time. We were giving him it. He wasn't playing that well, but he has managed to score 3 goals very, very recently. You'll notice that Dela Basic is in. He wanted more game time. Basically, the problem we've had is since we had this guy, Radonjic, since we played him, and he still wasn't happy with it, every player now who comes to us asking for more game time thinks we're just automatically going to break our promise because of this, even though we played him and he wasn't happy still. So now every player now thinks, I don't trust you. So Dela Basic wasn't happy. Onyebuli wasn't happy that they hadn't been playing. Bear in mind, Onyebuli, we have to rotate him based on, in the league basis, based on how many Serbian players we have in the squad. Dela Basic, whenever I played him, he wasn't doing very well, but Jovic has been in really poor form recently. So Dela Basic is starting on the left, and he got an assist in his, I think, the last game. And then we got Miladinovic. No, I just put Bargi in. Bargi in there, Belic in for the suspended Topic, and Stepanovic in with Taylor, Medina, Lager Bielka, and Victor Rogan making up the rest of the defence with Ilic in goal. So we'll touch on some of the transfers in the break between the next game, but I just wanted to get us straight into this because we've got the 2 games, we've got this and then we've got Java Matis, and then we've got to wait about a month until we can play the next 2 Champions League games because of the winter break. So yeah, I just wanted to get us straight into the action. Because we've got a lot of games, if it's okay with everyone, I am going to put it on key highlights just to help us get through them quicker. So yeah, so where are we? So obviously last time I saw you beat Sevilla 2-1. We then went and got smashed by City. They have Erling Haaland basically. Esposito inside 30 seconds. Lovely assist from Bargi, and Esposito puts us 1-0 up already, and couldn't ask for a better start really. Yeah, so we played City, we lost 5-0. We did actually match them a lot in the stats, and I'll show you later. You know, we had a decent number of shots, relatively good possession, but they just had Erling Haaland. They literally just had Erling Haaland. He scored a hat-trick. It was very, very difficult to stop him, really. He scores goals, which you just don't understand how he manages to get them in. Then we played Juve away and lost 3-0. It was only 1-0 at half time, and then Tammy Abraham got a couple of goals in the second half. I think one was a penalty. Oh no, sorry, they got a penalty in the first half, and then Abraham scored 2 in the second half. Then we played Besiktas, and so Jovic is, like I was saying, he was in poor form. That was literally epitomised by that game. So he had a penalty in the 65th minute. Now, did he come from an offside position? That's going to be the question. But yeah, Jovic had a penalty saved, basically. I think we absolutely smashed that game out that's been given. We really should have won it, the Besiktas one, which was really annoying. But yeah, Jovic's poor form. It's kind of been sort of kind of epitomised by that penalty miss in that game. So yeah, it's been, that was a real chance for us to climb up the table a little bit, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So if we can get a win out of Leverkusen or Sporting, I'll be very, very happy. think we can get 4 points from the last 3 games because we've got Milan as well. So Milan are going to be hard. Yeah, so Buchanan is leaving. Egrabayat is leaving. Egrabayat was a very weird one. He wasn't happy about his game time, even though he was signed to be a cup goalkeeper and he'd played a couple of games in the league. So he wasn't happy about that. What are you doing? Like, ugh. Yeah, so he wasn't happy that I wasn't playing him in the league when he was signed as a cup keeper. So we've sold him for about 450k to, I can't remember who. Might be like Legia Warsaw or someone like that. Anyway, he's leaving and we signed him for nothing, literally 6 months after he signed. Buchanan is leaving because he wasn't happy that he wasn't playing as games. And I was like, well, you know what? I've got Jovic and Rooney, who, okay, Jovic has been in poor form, but both of them have been playing really, really well. So I can't really play you ahead of them. And he wasn't good enough to be, he was in like half-star right back. So, good defending. So he's ended up leaving, and we're getting about 1.5 mil for him. And again, we signed him on a free in the summer, so we're making an instant profit off him. Who else is leaving? Ratkov wants to leave. He doesn't think he's ever going to be good enough, and I have to agree with him, to be honest with you. He's also really annoyingly developed dreads big matches, so his use for us is generally quite limited. Can we stop letting this pass come through? Seriously, just close him down. Just need to stop that pass from coming through the middle. Do you know what? Let's just... So yeah, so I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, Ratkov, he rejected a like 4 mil move away to... Actually, maybe it was him going to Warsaw. But yeah, he rejected it anyway, which was annoying because we basically would have made a bit of like about 500-600k profit on him. But never mind. And so he still wants to go though, and there's clubs interested. It's just trying to get someone to bite, basically. Trying to think who else might be moving on. I don't think there's anyone else major leaving. Oof, clips the bar and goes over. Unlucky from Belic. I'm gonna make some subs because I feel like things have kind of tapered off a little bit. We're gonna bring on Johansson for Esposito, a bit of fresh pace up top. I don't like Larka Bielka being on a yellow. We're gonna bring on Alexic. Not Alexic, Jovic, but I probably will bring on Alexic soon. Scrap the Esposito coming off for Johansson because he's just scored, everyone. He's just scored. But I do still want to make some changes. Victor Rogan, what does he do? Does he just cross it straight in? He does. Esposito breaks through. Lovely finish. That's a lovely finish. But yeah, I still do want to make those other subs. Kind of, I'm reluctant to change too much too soon because I just don't want to invite the pressure on, really. What I will do actually is I will bring Alexic on, and then I'll just drop him back here as we used to play, and we'll just drop the tempo a little bit, drop the defensive line a little bit. I have to take Belic off as well. What was that, Taylor? That was garbage. Absolute garbage from Greg Taylor there. Oh, Rooney's picked up a... Janssen will get on. Take Belic and bring... Jovic literally just could have won the ball but ran the other way. For some reason. A little bit of... Just demand a little bit more from them. See if we can get the job done, play for some set pieces, slow everything down, just start wheeling the bus in. This would be a massive win, this. 2-1 at home to Leverkusen would be humongous for us. I think it's going to happen, everyone. Yes! 2-1. 2-1 at home to Leverkusen, 2 goals from Esposito. What a game. What a result. So that result actually sees us climb above Leverkusen into 13th place after 6 games. We're actually only a point off PSG in 8th and 2 points off Porto, Monaco, 3 points off Rome, Salzburg. These are obviously the automatic spots, and I think it's the top 25 we need to be in. And we're currently 3 points clear of Lyon and Ajax, who are on 7. And that is, honestly, that's huge. That's huge. We've got to play Sporting next, who are there. So that's a game we've got to avoid defeating. And then we're playing Milan, who I imagine are... Oh, they're level on points with us. Okay. Who have they just played? They've not played today. Things they must have played yesterday. But that's massive. So yeah, just quickly touching on the other transfers. I think we'd already touched about Van der Karp going to Granada for 2.2 mil. Yeah, Buchanan is going to Craiova, who I'm pretty sure have bought... Yeah, they bought Petrilla. Pretty sure they bought Marcondes. Yeah, they bought Marcondes. And did they buy someone else from us? I can't remember. But like they might have done. But anyway, yeah, so he's going there for 1.5 mil, I think it said, did it? 1.5 mil. And then Stojcevic is going to Le Havre for 2 mil. 1 mil up front, 2 mil overall, and we signed him for 1.7 mil. So, yeah, decent 300k profit on him, and we've now got 5.6 mil in the bank. We've got this guy, Victor Anderson, coming in as on a free in January, just to be a new backup keeper. Well, Van der Sas is still not quite ready to do that yet. I'm trying to loan him out. I just cannot get him loaned out. It's really annoying. One player who's been doing really well for us, I'm pretty sure we signed him from, them. We've loaned him out to Mjällby, and he's doing okay, to be fair. He's probably actually just finishing there this season, and he'll probably be coming back soon. Or actually, no, I think he's already back anyway. Yeah, it must have finished. So he did okay out there. He's developed quite nicely. Young Serbian striker. So he's someone who might be ready for a bit of a role in the team, but I'm not convinced enough yet. Let me touch on the schedule, because obviously that's the thing that I've kind of just had to skip through. So obviously we played Sevilla, beat TSC, and then beat Matalek Gornji. And then, yeah, we lost in that Krusevac, which was really annoying. As you can see, we took the lead nice and early, and then we gave it away. And despite all our chances and their horrifically low XG, they still beat us 3-2. And then I don't think we've lost in the league since then. We beat Novi Sad in the Cup. India lost to Juve, which we've touched on. Beat Radnički, beat Spartak Subotica. This is the game against Benfica. So as you can see, 16 shots we had. 3 on target. The XG will be skewed by the missed penalty from Jovic. More possession. But thankfully, we've just had that win against Leverkusen, which kind of means that despite that, we're actually on course to finish. We're going to finish with higher points than we did last season. In the Champions League, we got 9 last season. That was still enough for us to get through. So hopefully we can build on that. Like I said, if we can get a draw against Sporting or even nick a win before we go to Milan, that'll be huge. So this is the last league game before the winter break, and it is really quite imperative, to be honest with you, that we get a positive result. We have rotated a little bit. Some is enforced, some not so much. Bringing in Johansson, he has been asking for more game time, but also I kind of don't want to be... Actually, to be fair, it is the last game, so I could play Esposito. I probably could just play Esposito. Maybe we'll just play Esposito and bring Johansson on. Stepanovic isn't fully fit, and he's a bit tired, sorry, and as was Belic, as was Rugan. They've made a few changes to compensate for that. And Otherwise, it's kind of as you were, really. Really important that we get a result here. Just to try and keep the pressure on Red Star. So they've only got a game in hand over us now, and they're just 2 points clear or 1 point clear. They did slip up and they did draw one of their games. So, yeah, really important that we try and keep the pressure on. Just got to wait for them to slip up, and we've still got to play them at least twice. So, you know, that's all we can do is keep the pressure on so that when they do slip up, or if we do beat them, we're there ready to just sort of pounce and go back up to the top of the table. Hopefully they'll show the table now. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. 2 points clear. So if we can get a win here, it's, you know, and hopefully if they slip, then we'll be laughing. Who actually are they playing, just out of interest? Oh, it's not going to let me see. And this could be a goal be early on. It is a goal, lovely early on for Yabel Matis. Nice free kick, wonderful. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What a start. What a great start to the game. Esposito just glances it wide. Good leap. Lukic has been so good. He's just different gravy. Just up. Early. So yeah, it feels like this is a bit of a... If you feel like there's anything I've missed, drop it down in the comments below. I'm kind of just conscious of it. I didn't want to spend too long waffling through what's probably going to already be a long episode with the 4 games in. That was quick and that was awful. I don't know what their excuse is. I know he just had a big game in the league, but in the Champions League, but you should be bringing that momentum through. Esposito just goes over. Right. I need to get changes on because I need to get goals soon as. So I am going to bring on Johansson. I am going to bring on Jovic. I am going to bring... Can I bring on Bargy? Will it let me bring him on? It won't let me bring him on. Ugh. Right, I might have to. Where is he? Where's Ilic? Not even here. Right, I'm going to have to bring on Stepanovic for Medina, and then I can bring on Bargy. Mladenovic has generally been quite good recently. But it's just he's Serbian as well, so it allowed me to keep all the players in. You know, Bargy just had a great game in the Champions League. Like Esposito, you know, I kind of didn't want to disrupt the flow too much. Be one of them, if they'd taken off Esposito, I'd have probably left Bargy in, vice versa. Sasa Lukic on you, Philip Johansson. Since that game in the Champions League against Puskás, I don't think he's actually scored Johansson. He's really dropped off a cliff. Try and get some more men up the pitch. Not creating anything of any note. This could be really quite disastrous for us, to be honest with you. If we can't get a win here. Like, really, really quite disastrous. Honestly, come on. This is garbage. Not created anything of note at all. Great tackle from Jokic. But you don't know. Then gets done. On your bully. Terrible. Wins it well. He got the ball. He literally got the ball. He literally got the ball. Like, literally, he got the ball. I know it looked a wild tackle, but he got the ball. It's the hill I will die on. Nice pass. Terrible cross. He was offside anyway. That's disgraceful. And typically, because we lost, Red Star also lost, which obviously is great because it means they don't pull too far ahead of us, but also it means that if we'd have won, you know, we'd have been a point clear of them. I mean, you know, small victories and all that. At least they didn't go further ahead, but still so annoying. Right, everyone, it's actually been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode, the first part of the episode, after we lost to Mattis. Just basically because I had the whole of pretty much, the end of January and the first half, the end of December and the first half of January to get through. So I did that the other night, and then I had to go to bed because I had work, and I was playing football last night, so I didn't have time to do anything with it, basically. So I'm back on it tonight, and we've got Sporting, and then we've got Milan. Both of them are massive games. Both of them are sat above us, as we touched on, after the Leverkusen game. Oh, sorry, no, they're not. I'm chatting rubbish. Sporting are below us, 2 points below us, and Milan are, level on points with us. So, still very much up for grabs here. And I've got a few little bits, I think, to touch on in terms of outgoing. So, Radonjic looks like he's finally leaving. Kind of just had to settle for 300k for him, even though I think he's worth more. No one's really biting. And it's still almost double what we paid for him. Been a little bit of unwanted interest in Ranko Jokic. Thankfully, he's not really been interested in leaving, but he's, don't get me wrong, 2.5 star, but he's a very solid, very reliable left back for us. He's pretty happy here, so I kind of don't want to go, selling him and then having to try and replace him, because for the value he is, he's just a good backup option behind Greg Taylor. Obviously, he's more than capable of starting as well. In terms of incomings, we tried to get this guy, Benjamin Krasnicki, in on loan from Man City, on trial, just to see what he'd be like, and then we could offer him a contract, but he rejected it. We've agreed to sign Louis Barry in the summer on a free. So he's someone who's kind of been pretty good, pretty reliable striker over the last few FMs. He looks like he could certainly come in and do a job for us. He's got decent finishing, good natural fitness. His pace is okay. Good concentration, good composure and decisions and determination, hopefully for us. And his flair's not bad either. He's got good work rate. The only thing is his teamwork's not brilliant. But at the end of the day, we just want to stick him up front and just hopefully let him bag goals. We've also got this guy joining, Filip Ristic, a Serbian striker, who I kind of am counting on being, he can also play off the right, counting on being like a really good either inside forward on the right or just a good out-and-out striker for us. And he's got good potential. He's joining in the summer because as it stands at the moment, we don't really need him. We still got Luis Suarez on the books who, he's just basically been a player we've brought on off the bench. He's not really done anything, but he's got decent set-piece delivery, which we've kind of been utilising. But he'll leave in the summer on a free. Obviously, Ratkov wants out, which we're fine with. No one's really, again, biting for him. People are kind of only wanting to pay sort of 2.2 million for him. And he, we bought him for 3.2. And we did actually accept a bid for 3.8, and he just rejected the move. So that's been really frustrating from that point of view, because he, we could have got a decent little bit of profit for him. So at the moment, I'm probably just going to have to play him just to try and bump his value up over the rest of the season, hopefully sell him in the summer. He's obviously kind of accepted he's not good enough for us, and I have kind of accepted that as well. He just doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches, and I'm sorry. We have a lot of big matches, with regards to Champions League and stuff like that. And I really don't buy this, that he's a fairly consistent performer. He's consistently hit and miss, I guess is what I would say. Don't get me wrong, his goals to games ratio is pretty good. But I would say he's consistently hit and miss. Like, his XG is 7. This is probably the first time he's underperformed his XG. And I think that's because he just misses too many easy chances. Like, he'll be played through and he'll somehow hit it wide. Like 8 yards out unopposed, and I just, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting him to score every time, but at least to hit the target. I really don't think that's too much to ask. Bit of interest in Mirko Topic, but he's, again, not particularly interested in leaving, which was really good. He's been such a fantastic servant for us. We signed him for 1.3 mil. think last season he got 10 goals from that Segundo Volante role, and this season he's already weighed in with more assists. He's performing so well. So again, no interest in signing him. There are a couple of new players. One of them is Guillaume Gaspar, re-signed from Benfica. So again, a little bit of continental flavour, a bit of foreign spice, and yeah, obviously he doesn't fit in with the Serbian quota that we need, but he's definitely someone who's a good quality defender. He's probably already on par. I mean, stars wise, he is anyway on par with Facundo Medina, our left-sided centre back that we play at the moment. In fact, bar a few mentals, he's practically pretty much the same player. He's better physically, slightly mentally a little bit worse, and slightly technically a little bit worse, but he's also like 7 years younger. He's got plenty of time to grow. You know, he's 4-star minimum, 5-star if we can get lucky with him. So he's someone who will probably eventually replace Medina. Obviously he can start from now really, so he's a really good rotation option for Medina. And then we've also brought in this guy on loan from Sporting, our next opponents, who can play right side, through the middle. We're getting him to work on his ability to play on the inside left, and just getting him to work on his shooting because his finishing is pretty terrible. He's only 19, he's quick, so he's a really good option to bring off the bench, just to offer something a little bit different, a bit of direct pace over the top, hopefully, running behind. Worst case scenario, he's got good dribbling so he can get in, and then he can just play a pass across. He's worth 2.9 to 6 million. We have a option to buy for 3.4. So we'll see how he does. Again, I know he's foreign. You know, he's not Serbian, but you know, it's one of them. This is kind of what we're having to do at the moment, is just bring some of these players in, because obviously, yeah, we've got that Filip Ristic coming in, but unfortunately there's not enough reliable quality that we're finding at the moment domestically that we can buy that doesn't, you know, that isn't an improvement on what we already have, which is kind of what we need, is we need players who are better than what we have. And unfortunately we're not finding that from Serbians, but we are finding it elsewhere, which is kind of what we're just having to run with at the moment. Victor Ogan is fit, which is good because he's not always been fully fit. And we're going to play him attacking, because this is a game where we should really be. Who's actually playing better at the moment? Jokic is playing better at the moment, so I will actually go with him over Greg Taylor. We'll go with Stepanovic in because he's been playing very, very well. He's been playing very, very well lately. Why is that happening? I look forward to being able to register Sassuolo. So Ratkov is going to come in because, you know, have a choice at the moment other than to play him, and hopefully we can just stat pad him a little bit. But you know, you look at that. Okay, slightly more appearances, but some of the subs, Philip Johansson, admittedly, we have to bear in mind he got 4 goals in the Champions League, so that's not fully reliable. But fitness test not required. Just to do it out and getting booked, to be fair. But if I play Balic, he's always got a red card in him, so we'll leave it as it is. And then we'll play Lager Bielka in over Madi Moname for now. And I think we leave it at that. So I've actually decided to leave it on positive because they are generally playing quite defensive. And to be honest with you, we played these before. We drew 0-0 at home and then lost 4-0 away. That's because they had Pedro Gonçalves. He scored all 4 goals. Sorry, 4-1 we lost. They had Pedro Gonçalves then, and they don't have him. The only really star player they have, I would say, who's like a substantial level above is Trincao. They've got a lot of other good players, but I don't think they're, you know, particularly outstanding compared to who we have, with the exception of maybe Gulashi in goal. So I'm going to try and take the game to them. They've got Ezri Konsa at the back, but again, I wouldn't say he's going to be anything better. Let's see who they've got. They've got Orosabo, Konsa, San Just. You know, players I recognise, but not enough to be like, oh, wow, there was a problem. Anything I might consider doing is, there we go, there's just one of them who we were talking about, Jerry San Just. It's gone and smashed one in. The centre-back, given criminal levels of time to drive in, and no one made any real attempt to go and get the ball. I think Lager Bielka just basically ran away, which I'm not very happy about. And Trincao already booked, that's good, so let's try and wind him up a bit more. Let's show him onto his weaker foot and let's go hard on him. Yeah, like Massa Morita, I think I recognize his name. He's obviously a decent player. Ricardo Rodriguez is playing as a left-sided centre-back. That's who that is, you know, decent. Ezri Konza, I wouldn't say he's a massive step up on who we have at the back for us, but we'll just have to see. But, you know, it's imperative that I think that we just don't lose this game. For being completely honest. And seeing as they're playing so far back, I'm going to put a high press. So there's, you know, they've got 3 defenders and then 2 double pivot, like a double pivot, 2 DMs. So I want to put that pressure on. The only thing I might actually do is I am tempted to drop on Yugbuli back, just so he's sitting in front of the midfield 2 rather than in behind. Oh, they made it 2-0. Trincao with the assist. I think he was on. I'm expecting this to be given. Yeah, he was definitely on. Nels me thinking I reckon we can give these a game. And so far, it's not going very well. This is going to be 3-0 now, isn't it? Nearly is. It is 3-0. Because the defenders just can't get rid of the ball. Just rolls across the goal line. Like, that's not going to be disallowed because both our players were on the goal line. Disgraceful. Like, all the FM glitches are coming out tonight. Like, that took about... To be fair, Jokic tackled him and then it just bounced off him. Oh, come on, Rogan. Gotta look after the ball better than that. This is shambolic football. Obviously, they're going to go above us now, which is really annoying. Like, they're literally... What's the keeper doing? They're literally weaker than when we last played them. In terms of star players. Because they've not got Pedro Porro either. And they're absolutely smashing us. Keeper moves his hands out the way. We've not even had a shot. Not even had a shot on target. These are going to be getting absolutely hammered at half-time. I've made 4 changes. Brought on Moname, Alexic, Jovic and Bajdar. Just to try and mix it up a bit. Because the players that we played in the first half have obviously just not up for it. And they basically just like spewed the game. So we're just going to... We just mixed it up and just going to give some of the other players a run out and see if they can show a bit of spine and a bit of fight. And like, I dread to if we play like this against Milan, get absolutely tanked. What is going on there? Keeper's having a shocker. Defenders are having a shocker. Damage limitation now. Just got to get this game over and done with without conceding any more. Or trying to score another one. Penalty, yes, we'll take that. Jovic missed his last penalty. I'm kind of tempted to not let him take it. But he is probably generally our most reliable. He's going to take it. He's generally probably our best and most reliable penalty taker. I've got a feeling he might miss this. Oh, he doesn't. He rolls it in nicely. That's good. Rooney's having a stinker. Let's take him off for Johansson. Gotta keep trying to... Just gotta keep going. Just... If we can get another goal back, just to, again, try and goal difference deficit. Awful. Come on, Philip. Yes, he wins it back. He drives through. Good play. Why would you shoot from there? Just smash it across goal. That's the decision making sometimes on football. Attacking inside forwards does just absolutely do my head in. Because sometimes, like, they won't. Sometimes they won't get in that position unless they're on attacking. I love the fact that no one tried to even put a challenge on him. What are you doing? What are you actually doing? What is that? What actually is that? What is that defending? Disgraceful. So after the latest round of games that sees us sat in 20th, just a point clear of Sevilla. We've got to go to Milan now and hope that none of these other teams, Fiorentina, Atletico, Celtic, Besiktas, knock us out. They just have PSV beating PSG. Anything else? Rennes beating Juve. Right, everyone, I'm not sure if I've maybe figured out why, but basically, once again, my microphone stopped picking up the audio throughout this whole Milan game. And I don't know if it's been a while between recording, because I basically just had to go through like a week, like including friendly and stuff like that. I just noticed after about 60 minutes that it hadn't recorded, the audio hadn't worked, and then I checked it hadn't worked throughout the whole first half. Basically, a little bit of news to catch you up on. Obviously, we've just lost 2-0 to Milan. We'll touch on the ramifications of that soon. SM Caen in France have bid 3.4 mil for Ratkov. It's 2.6 mil up top and 800k in installments with 20% of any profit sell on. So we've accepted that. So he looks like he's hopefully finally getting his move. Well, he has just got injured. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, so I don't know how that's going to impact that, but we'll see. Hopefully he's already passed his medical and it's just a case of finalising things. After the Sporting game, we find a lot of players and they all kind of accepted it, to be fair. Like Esposito, Onyebuli, Dela Basic, Bargi, the defenders. And they all accepted it, and they kind of got hit with a double whammy because they then got fined. The players then basically, the board then paid the fans back out of their budget, out of their wages. But as it was, up until the 93rd minute, we were sat in 24th, and then Fiorentina equalised against Dortmund. And I've only just realised that now, but we still finished in 25th, so we still qualify for the next round of the Champions League. Should be going in next, which will be drawn on. It says I was knocked out in the league phase. I think it's done this before actually, and then you go through and it's like, oh, you qualified for the knockout phase. So let's find out. So I've just checked and it doesn't look like they've changed it. I could have sworn it previously said 9th to 25th, because pretty sure we finished 25th last year, but now it says 9th to 24th. Let me just check something. I'm sure we finished 25th last season. I know we did finish 24th. Yeah, we got more. That 93rd minute goal for Fiorentina. Up until then, we were finishing in 24th, and then they equalised. That's so annoying. So we have been knocked out. Gutting, absolutely gutting. See if Jovic had scored that penalty in that game. That's so frustrating. Dortmund choking. Anyway, transfer news. Ratkov's left. He's going to Caen, and we've signed a new keeper. And you might think, a new keeper, but you've signed like 3 new keepers this season. Signed Andrew from Bragantino. He is already an upgrade on Illich, and is still got potential to get a little bit better. And then I'm hoping he does well for us. We showcase his ability, and he then potentially moves on. Brazilian keeper at this age is not someone we can probably really afford to keep hold of. Oh, because he's eccentric. I'm thinking, so hopefully we can sell him sort of to Spain or Portugal or something like 4 or 5 times what we bought him for, which was like 3.1 mil. So yeah, I'm hopeful that he can come good for us. Obviously, we've got Ilic, who at the moment is our main keeper because of Serbian nationality. But he's 27. He's not really the future of that role, and I don't think Andrew is. But Andrew might be for like the next couple of seasons. But we'll probably do a Naumov and then sell him on to someone else while we try and get a Serbian keeper through. In the dev center, I've got a feeling we might have. Oh no, it's a centre back. I thought it was a keeper. We might be getting a good one. Yeah, it doesn't look great from the youth intake point of view. We don't really have any good young keepers coming through in terms of like Serbian, fortunately. We've got no one there in Teleoptic and under 19. Vladimir Savic, no, and Ashimovic, maybe, but they're a good couple of years away from being anything of any use to us, to be honest. Got some decent right backs coming through who hopefully can develop nicely. Obviously, in 2 seasons' time, we want to have a starting 11, at least for the first game. Obviously, it'd be a bit stupid to just go, just for the sake of achieving that objective, playing all these like homegrown players. But obviously, we want to have 6 homegrown players, club players, in the starting 11 and in the 2027-28 season. And I don't want to just be relying on the fact that, we'll just play them, we'll just start them and then we'll take them off because they're not. I want them to be good enough to be basically, playing like at least 20 goals, that's 20 games that season. We'll just have to see how we get on. But I'm going to play through a load of games, and to be honest with you, I'll probably get through the bulk of the next couple of months off camera. Obviously, we've not got any Champions League to look forward to now, which is so annoying. I just wish I'd known that Fiorentina. I tried to put Suarez as retiring, so I tried to put him onto a coaching course. His coaching ability is pretty pants, so it was just to see if we could make a substantial improvement. But the board aren't gonna buy it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's worth actually falling out with the board over. So yeah, in terms of schedule, I'll probably bring it back for. Actually, I'll probably bring it back for this away Red Star game, potentially, or I might just bring it back for the Red Star game in the playoffs. I'll see how I'm getting on, and I'll see where I'm up to. But bit of a disappointing episode, really. Started really well with the win against Leverkusen, and then it's been 3 defeats. Some of them particularly humiliating. So yeah, not great, and obviously knocked out of the Champions League. Thanks. Anyway, everyone, I'll see you all very soon, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye for now.